If you're feeling tired for no reason, experiencing brain fog, your mind isn't working well, you catch colds a bit more often than usual, or you feel like your sex drive has really decreased, you might tell yourself it's all because of stress. But what if it's not? What if it's neither stress nor age? It could be the quiet, silent deficiency of a mineral, and that mineral is none other than zinc. Zinc is one of those minerals that often gets overlooked because we're always paying attention to sodium, potassium, and magnesium, which are very important, but ignoring zinc when it's vital for energy, hormones, and the immune system is something we definitely need to talk about. Today in this video, I want to explain why it's so crucial, how we lose it, and how we can make up for it before our bodies pay a heavy price. There's a big difference between absolute deficiency and insufficiency. Deficiency means you don't have it at all, but the problem for most people in the world today isn't that they don't have it. It's not that they lack magnesium, vitamin D, or zinc. The problem is that they have too little. It's insufficient, and no one talks about this insufficiency, which I want to explain. So what does zinc do? Zinc is a cofactor or collaborator in more than 300 enzymatic reactions. Just like magnesium is involved in over 400 of them. Zinc is essential in various intermediary processes in the body. It's necessary for us to properly produce testosterone, it's needed to generate high-quality sperm, and it's crucial for converting the inactive thyroid hormone T4 into the active form T3. It's required for DNA repair. It's a natural antioxidant, in my opinion the most important antioxidant on the front lines of the body's defense. Everyone talks about glutathione, but if those initial ones, especially superoxide dismutase, don't work well, it doesn't matter what glutathione does because things need to work properly from the start. Zinc is also vital for producing stomach acid and for the production of white blood cells, or T lymphocytes, which are key for cellular immunity. If your body runs low, it leads to a gradual decline that might not be noticeable at first. So how do we lose zinc? There's something I want you to know. Zinc is not stored in the body, so you have to consume it every day. How do we lose it? One way we lose it is through the body's daily use. Another is chronic stress. Plant-based or vegan diets, if not properly planned, can also cause a person to not get enough zinc or to lose it. Alcohol, cigarettes, and antacid medications like our dear friends omeprazole, pantoprazole, lansoprazole, and all the prazole family should only be used when necessary, for example, just for 3 to 8 weeks, not like many people who take them for years like I did for years, and no one told me it wasn't healthy or good. Birth control pills and antibiotics can also deplete zinc levels. Heavy exercise without proper supplementation or nutrition does the same. Blood tests are not always the best way to determine zinc levels because, like magnesium, a large portion is stored in body tissues. If your blood zinc is low, it means your tissues are already severely depleted and there are no reserves left. That's why sometimes when they measure zinc levels, everything seems normal, but it's like with magnesium, they say it's normal, but it's not true, and they tell you there's no need to take anything. But since we don't know the clinical reality, we might accept these statements. So we need to look for clinical signs. What are the symptoms of zinc deficiency? Feeling fatigued, low libido, low testosterone, frequent colds, hair loss, brittle nails, skin that wounds easily or is very dry, white lines on the nails. This one is very important. Wounds that heal slowly, persistent diarrhea or digestive issues, disturbances in taste or smell, and low stomach acid production, which makes people wonder, how am I supposed to know if I have this? Well, if you burp after eating, have reflux, gastritis, lots of bloating and gas, or your tongue turns white, these can all be signs. When zinc decreases, estrogen increases in men, and this can cause gynecomastia or enlarged breasts in men. It might also lead to love handles, those so-called handles of love. All of these are signs that there's too much estrogen in a man's body. If it's too low, testosterone drops, energy drops, muscles waste away, energy decreases, business capability goes down, and fear increases. What about in women? It affects progesterone, disrupts ovulation, impairs fertility, and reduces the conversion of thyroid hormones, specifically T4 to T3. Sometimes thyroid tests like TSH can be completely normal, but the person still has hypothyroidism. Also, zinc is very important for those tiny batteries in our cells called mitochondria. Without zinc, the enzymes needed for the energy production cycle or the Krebs cycle don't work. Now, I mentioned what causes us to lose zinc since we don't store it. The recommended daily dose is about 11 to 15 milligrams for men and 12 milligrams for women. When someone has a chronic deficiency, we double the dose, meaning we increase it to 25 to 30 milligrams per day for 8 to 12 weeks and then return to the usual 10 to 15 milligrams. There are natural sources too, like oysters, because of their zinc content and the relationship between zinc and testosterone. Liver, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and Brazil nuts are also very good sources of zinc. Eggs and legumes also contain some zinc, so please include these in your diet. There's also an important point. Don't take zinc with foods high in calcium because they compete for absorption. A common mistake is taking it with multivitamins that contain iron, which reduces absorption, and the same goes for taking it with calcium supplements. The form of zinc is also very important. I can't legally recommend a brand here, but the form matters. Just like you shouldn't take folic acid in its basic form, but as methylfolate, or magnesium in the right form, or iron as aminochelate, the same goes for zinc. You need to take the correct form. Also, be careful not to take it with coffee, as coffee reduces its absorption. Among all these important minerals like iodine, sodium, and potassium, zinc is the one that, unfortunately, no one talks about or pays attention to. Many times, I've had patients whose problems were resolved once we improved their nutrition and restored their zinc levels. Nowadays, with so many issues like infertility, chronic inflammation, muscle wasting, and metabolic problems, zinc acts as an incredibly powerful tool. It shows that when you lack energy or your hormones are out of balance, maybe the only reason is this silent hidden zinc deficiency that no one told you about. If you're already doing all these things right, that's great. But if after watching this video you realize you've been making mistakes, let me repeat, the solution isn't to go get a zinc test because it doesn't show the real picture. Instead, ask yourself, when was the last time you were sure you had enough zinc in your diet? I know the answer is never, so what's the best thing to do? The key is to include these foods in your daily routine. It doesn't have to be every day, but eat them regularly. And remember, the more complete and varied your nutrition is, the better your body's needs will be met. Also, if you found this information helpful, the best way you can help change our collective beliefs and health is to share this video. That way we can all learn to take charge of our own health. Since you stayed with me until the end of the video, please don't forget to like and comment. Also check out these videos for more information. Until the next video, take care.